Ladies and gentlemen, today is the day to change everything. It's the day to step into a new chapter, a new beginning, and a new level of success in your life. You see, success isn't something that just happens, it's something that you create. It's something that you build with purpose, action, resilience, and growth. The first key to transforming your life is clarity of purpose. Too many people go through life without truly knowing what they want or why they want it. They follow the crowd or the norm set by others. But success starts with you. What do you want from this year? What does success look like to you? What is your purpose? Until you can clearly articulate your vision, you'll never be able to direct your energy and resources to where it matters most. Get clear on your goals, then commit to them with everything you have. Once you know where you're going, you must take massive action. Dreams are not realized by sitting back and hoping things will magically fall into place. No, success comes to those who move, who act, who make things happen. The universe rewards action. But let me be clear, this isn't just about doing more. It's about doing what truly matters and being relentless in your pursuit. In the next year, ask yourself, what one action can I take today that will get me closer to my goal? And then take that step. Now, here's the truth. There will be obstacles. There will be setbacks. But overcoming obstacles is the key to growth. Every challenge you face, every failure you encounter is an opportunity. It's a lesson. Your greatest growth comes from facing adversity head on. Instead of avoiding challenges, welcome them. See them as part of the process that's molding you into the person you need to become to achieve your goals. When you fall, rise faster and keep moving forward. Finally, self-mastery is the most important key to unlocking your success. Success is not just about what you do, it's about who you become in the process. What kind of person do you need to be to achieve your dreams? Is it someone with discipline? Is it someone with emotional intelligence? Is it someone who has developed habits of excellence? Invest in your personal growth every day. Make it a priority. The more you develop yourself, the more you'll be able to handle anything that comes your way and take your success to greater heights. As you embark on this journey, remember a year from now, your life can be completely transformed. You have the power to turn your dreams into reality. All it takes is clarity, action, resilience, and growth. The next 365 days are waiting for you. Take that first step today. If you want to transform your life, the very first thing you must do is get crystal clear about what you want. I know this may sound simple, but most people fail to achieve success because they've never really taken the time to define what success means for them personally. They may think they know, but if you ask them to articulate it clearly and with certainty, you'll often see hesitation, uncertainty, or vagueness. Clarity is the cornerstone of all progress. Without clarity, you're like a ship without a compass. You may be moving, but you're not heading anywhere specific. And if you don't know where you're going, how will you know when you get there? How will you know when you've reached your destination or what path to take to get there? Many people spend their entire lives in a state of confusion, stuck in a rut of indecision. They live reactively letting life dictate their decisions instead of making decisions that guide them toward their dreams. That's why having clarity is so powerful. When you have clarity about what you want and why you want it, you automatically make better choices and take more intentional actions. Let's think about it for a moment. When you're clear about your purpose, every decision you make will be filtered through that clarity. For example, if your purpose is to build a business that allows you the freedom to spend more time with your family, then every decision you make, whether it's how you spend your time, the projects you take on, or the people you surround yourself with, will be driven by that purpose. Clarity removes distractions. It allows you to say no to things that aren't aligned with your goals and yes to things that move you forward. But clarity isn't just about identifying goals or desires, it's about understanding the deeper why behind those goals. Why do you want to be successful? Why do you want to achieve what you've set out to achieve? This is where most people get stuck. They might say, I want a bigger house or I want a promotion, but those are just surface level desires. To truly fuel your journey, you must dig deeper and understand what motivates those desires. When you uncover your why, you connect to a deeper sense of purpose. This is what gives you the strength and determination to keep going when things get tough. It's the driving force behind your actions. Without a clear and compelling reason, motivation will fade, and you'll easily be distracted by the ups and downs of life. But when your goals are rooted in a deep purpose, every challenge, setback, and obstacle becomes a stepping stone rather than a roadblock. Let me give you an example. Think about someone who wants to lose weight. If their goal is simply to look better or fit into a smaller dress size, that's a surface level reason. It might inspire them to take action, but without a deeper connection, it's easy to quit when the results don't come quickly enough or when things get tough. But imagine if their reason for losing weight is to be healthier, to live longer so they can see their children grow up, or to have the energy to play with their kids and travel the world. That's a purpose-driven goal. It's emotionally connected to something bigger than a number on the scale, and that's what will sustain their drive long after the initial excitement fades. When you have clarity of purpose, you also begin to make your goals specific, measurable, and time-bound. This is crucial because vague goals don't motivate action. Imagine saying, I want to be healthier without having a clear plan of how to achieve it. What does being healthier look like? Is it eating more vegetables? Is it working out 3 times a week? Is it getting more sleep? The more specific you get, the easier it becomes to track progress and maintain momentum. Clarity also gives you the courage to overcome fear. When you know what you're working toward and why it matters, you become less afraid of the risks involved. Fear often holds people back from pursuing their goals because they're unsure of the outcome or they fear failure. But clarity allows you to look at the bigger picture. You're not afraid of taking calculated risks because you know your purpose, and that purpose is greater than the fear of failure. When you focus on your why, you realize that failure is not something to be feared, it's simply a part of the process. As you move forward in this year, take some time to get clear on what it is you truly want. Get specific, but don't just focus on the external achievements, connect with the deeper reasons behind your goals. Let your clarity be your compass, guiding every decision, every step, and every action. When you're clear about what you want and why you want it, you can move through life with purpose, confidence, and focus. And that is the foundation on which true success is built. You may have clarity about what you want in life. You may have the perfect vision of where you want to go. But clarity alone is not enough. The next step, and one of the most critical elements in transforming your life, is massive action. There's a myth that success comes to those who wait for the right moment or the right conditions. But in reality, success belongs to those who take massive, focused action, even when the timing isn't perfect, even when the conditions aren't ideal, and even when fear or doubt tries to stop them. Massive action means not just taking small steps, but moving with urgency, commitment, and a relentless attitude. Many people make the mistake of waiting for the perfect time to start their journey. They think, I'll begin once I have everything in place, or once I have more experience, money, or confidence, I'll take the plunge. But this mindset is what keeps them stuck in inaction. The truth is, there is never a perfect time. The perfect time is now. Life is always going to present challenges, setbacks, and obstacles. If you wait until everything is perfectly aligned, you might wait forever. The key to massive action is making the decision that you are willing to move forward no matter what. You might not have all the answers. You might not know exactly what the outcome will be, but you trust that your commitment to taking consistent action will lead you closer to your goals. When you step into this mindset, you stop letting uncertainty control you. You take bold steps regardless of the fear that might be there. Another important aspect of massive action is commitment to the process. It's not about taking action just for the sake of it. It's about taking consistent action every day, even when you don't feel like it, even when the results don't come as fast as you expect. Massive action is about relentless perseverance. Think of it like working out. You don't see results from just one gym session. You have to show up day after day, week after week, trusting that the small, seemingly insignificant actions will eventually compound into extraordinary results. One of the biggest misconceptions people have about taking action is that they expect instant results. We live in a society of instant gratification where we can get fast food, quick information, and immediate entertainment. But success doesn't work that way. It's not a quick fix. It's a journey. It's about showing up consistently, even when the results aren't immediately visible. The key is to trust the process and not to be discouraged by temporary setbacks. Taking massive action also means being willing to embrace failure as part of the journey. The most successful people in the world didn't get there by avoiding failure. They got there by failing forward, by using each failure as an opportunity to learn, grow, and adapt. Every misstep, every mistake is a lesson that brings you closer to your goal. So when you take massive action, don't be afraid to fail. In fact, expect it. It's not failure that stops people from succeeding, it's the fear of failure. And if you're willing to fail, you'll outlast everyone who plays it safe. Moreover, massive action requires you to be strategic. It's not enough to just do more for the sake of doing more. You need to focus on actions that move you in the direction of your ultimate goal. It's about prioritizing the tasks that matter most and cutting out distractions. There will always be things that demand your attention, but you have to be selective about where you focus your energy. Focus on the tasks that bring you closer to your vision, and don't get caught up in activities that waste your time or energy. Another key element of massive action is accountability. When you're committed to taking massive action, you must hold yourself accountable for your progress. It's easy to let things slide when no one is watching, but true success requires a level of responsibility that can't be ignored. Find ways to track your progress, whether it's through setting measurable milestones, keeping a journal, or sharing your goals with someone who will hold you accountable. Accountability will ensure you stay on track and continue moving forward, even when things get tough. Finally, massive action doesn't mean working yourself into the ground. It's about smart, focused action that aligns with your goals and leverages your strengths. It's about being strategic with your time, energy, and resources so that every action you take brings you closer to where you want to be. And remember, as you take massive action, you'll start to see progress, and that progress will fuel your momentum. When you commit to taking massive action, you unlock your potential. You stop being a passive observer in your own life and become an active participant. The ability to overcome obstacles is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who give up halfway through the journey. It's not the obstacles themselves that determine your success, it's how you approach and navigate them. Every successful person you admire has faced challenges. They've dealt with setbacks, failures, and disappointments just like you. The difference is that they've learned to view obstacles not as a sign to stop, but as opportunities to grow, adapt, and evolve. One of the first things you must understand is that obstacles are part of the process. They are not a sign that you're on the wrong path. They are proof that you are pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. If you're not facing obstacles, it likely means you're not stretching yourself enough. Comfort and success rarely coexist. The greater the challenge, the greater the opportunity for growth. Take a moment and reflect on the obstacles you faced in the past. Think about the times when you've encountered difficulties that seemed overwhelming. What happened? Did you give up? Or did you find a way to push through? The truth is, overcoming obstacles requires resilience. Resilience is the ability to keep going, even when the road gets tough. It's about staying focused on the bigger picture, trusting that every obstacle you encounter is preparing you for something greater. In the face of obstacles, your mindset plays a critical role. How you think about a challenge will dictate how you respond to it. For example, if you see an obstacle as an insurmountable barrier, you're more likely to feel defeated and give up. But if you see it as a temporary setback that you can work through, you'll stay motivated and proactive. Your mindset determines your emotional state, and your emotional state influences your actions. When faced with a challenge, choose to view it as an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser. One of the most powerful tools you can develop in overcoming obstacles is adaptability. As you pursue your goals, things won't always go according to plan. You will encounter unexpected changes, failures, and detours. But if you can remain flexible and open to adjusting your approach, you'll find that you can navigate through difficult situations more effectively. Adaptability allows you to pivot when necessary and explore new solutions that you might not have considered before. It's important to remember that there is rarely just one way to reach your goal. The path to success is rarely linear, but it's the ability to adjust your course that will keep you moving forward. A crucial aspect of overcoming obstacles is the ability to embrace failure as part of the journey. Failure is not a reflection of your worth or capabilities. It's simply a part of the learning process. Everyone who has achieved significant success has encountered failure. What separates those who succeed from those who quit is their ability to use failure as a lesson rather than a reason to stop. When you fail, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Analyze what went wrong, what you could have done differently, and how you can adjust your approach moving forward. Failure is not something to fear, it's something to embrace as a valuable teacher. There's also a practical side to overcoming obstacles. It's not just about attitude and mindset, it's about taking strategic action. When you face a challenge, break it down into manageable pieces. Instead of focusing on the entire obstacle, focus on the first step you need to take to move forward. If you're facing a financial setback, for example, focus on creating a solid plan to improve your finances step by step. When you break down an obstacle, it becomes less intimidating and you can approach it with more confidence and clarity. Additionally, surrounding yourself with the right people is crucial when overcoming obstacles. Support networks, whether they are mentors, friends, family, or colleagues, can provide you with the encouragement, perspective, and advice you need when things get tough. Don't try to go it alone. Lean on others who believe in you and who can help you navigate through challenges with a fresh perspective. Having a strong support system will remind you that you don't have to face obstacles in isolation. Lastly, don't forget to celebrate your wins along the way. Every time you overcome an obstacle, take a moment to appreciate how far you've come. Recognize the progress you've made, no matter how small it seems. Celebrating your achievements boosts your morale, reinforces your resilience, and keeps you motivated to continue on your path. Overcoming obstacles is not about avoiding difficulties, it's about developing the strength and mindset to face them head-on. Every challenge you overcome is a victory. Each step you take through adversity is one step closer to your ultimate success. When you embark on a journey of transformation, the most powerful tool at your disposal is the ability to master yourself. The truth is, external success is often a reflection of internal mastery. Your habits, mindset, emotions, and actions shape the trajectory of your life. If you want to transform your life, you must focus not only on achieving external goals, but on developing the internal strength and discipline to support that success. This is what I call self-mastery. Self-mastery starts with understanding yourself, understanding your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. We often live on autopilot, reacting to situations based on past programming and automatic responses. However, true mastery comes when you learn to observe your thoughts without judgment and take control of them. Rather than allowing negative or limiting thoughts to dictate your actions, you take command of your mind. You train yourself to choose empowering beliefs and perspectives that move you toward your goals. One of the first steps in self-mastery is becoming aware of your habits. Our habits define who we are. The small, seemingly insignificant things you do every day compound into your identity and ultimately determine your success. The truth is, most people are slaves to their habits. They don't realize how their everyday routines are either propelling them towards success or keeping them stuck in mediocrity. If you want to change your life, you must change your habits. Start by identifying the habits that are holding you back. Are you procrastinating? Are you indulging in distractions? Are you allowing negative self-talk to run wild? The first step in changing any habit is awareness. Once you are aware of what's not serving you, you can consciously choose to replace it with something more aligned with your goals. However, changing your habits isn't always easy. It requires commitment, discipline, and consistency. Self-mastery doesn't happen overnight. It's the product of daily practice. But here's the powerful truth: the more you practice self-discipline and replace negative habits with positive ones, the easier it becomes. In the beginning, it may feel like a struggle, but as you persist, your new habits begin to take root. They become automatic and you no longer have to think about them. This is the power of consistency in action. Another important aspect of self-mastery is mastering your emotions. Your emotions are incredibly powerful. They can either fuel your success or sabotage it. Think about the times when you've let frustration, fear, or anger control you. When your emotions are running the show, it's easy to make poor decisions, react impulsively, or give up when things get tough. Self-mastery means learning to manage your emotions, not allowing them to control you. This doesn't mean suppressing or ignoring your feelings. It means understanding them and responding in a way that is aligned with your highest goals. One of the most powerful tools for emotional mastery is mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness allows you to become more aware of your emotional state and take a step back before reacting. When you can observe your emotions without judgment, you give yourself the space to choose a response that is calm, rational, and productive. Over time, you'll notice that you react less emotionally to situations and you'll make better decisions as a result. Mindfulness allows you to break free from the automatic emotional responses that can hold you back. Self-mastery also requires you to develop a growth mindset. People with a growth mindset believe that their abilities and intelligence can be developed over time. They understand that challenges and setbacks are not signs of failure, but opportunities to learn and grow. This mindset is essential for long-term success. When you face challenges with a fixed mindset, you see them as threats to your ability to succeed. But when you approach them with a growth mindset, you see them as opportunities to become better, stronger, and more capable. To cultivate a growth mindset, you must first embrace failure as part of the process. Most people fear failure because they see it as a reflection of their worth. But the most successful people in the world view failure differently. They see it as feedback, a necessary part of the learning curve. When you fail, instead of beating yourself up, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What did I do well? And what can I do differently next time? This mindset shift transforms failure from something to avoid into something to embrace. It's through failure that you build resilience, wisdom, and ultimately success. Alongside mastering your thoughts, emotions, and habits, self-mastery also requires you to cultivate self-belief. Your beliefs about yourself are the foundation for everything you do. If you believe you're capable of achieving your goals, you will take the necessary steps to make them a reality. If you doubt your abilities, you'll hold yourself back and sabotage your progress. Building self-belief starts with setting small, achievable goals and celebrating your victories along the way. Each small success builds your confidence and reinforces your belief in your ability to achieve greater things. Self-mastery isn't a destination, it's a continuous journey. The more you develop your ability to master your mind, emotions, habits, and beliefs, the more you'll grow as a person and the more success you'll attract into your life. True transformation happens from the inside out. When you focus on developing yourself, everything else in your life falls into place. You become more capable, resilient, and empowered to take on any challenge that comes your way. As we wrap up today's discussion, let me leave you with this: transformation is not an event. It's a journey that begins with clarity, propelled by massive action, strengthened through the overcoming of obstacles, and sustained by the commitment to self-mastery and growth. Each of these elements, clarity of purpose, taking massive action, overcoming obstacles, and mastering yourself, work together as the building blocks of your success. No single element can create lasting change on its own. It's the combination of all four that empowers you to make bold strides forward and ensures that the transformation you seek is not just a fleeting moment, but a lasting and profound shift in your life. Remember that your future is not shaped by your circumstances or what happens around you. Your future is shaped by your decisions, your actions, and your mindset. You are the architect of your own destiny. No matter where you are right now, no matter what challenges you face, you have the power to change your life. You have the ability to transform your future starting today. So as you leave here today, take with you the power of clarity, the courage to take massive action, the resilience to overcome any obstacle, and the commitment to master yourself every single day. You are capable of more than you know. The only thing standing between you and the life you desire is the decision to step into your full potential and take the necessary steps to make it a reality. This is your time. Your transformation begins now. Embrace it. Own it. And make this year the year that everything changes.